Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Is anybody here? That'd be great. Give us a wave. You know you want to. I apologize for that. We had a little bit of a technical hiccup, so we just had to kind of go offline for a while. So yeah, it's a small issue, but I managed to kind of weld stuff back. One thing I have noticed is, for whatever reason, all of the legs didn't want to weld through. So there's something going on with the, I don't know, base of that thing underground. So I also widened this, which seemed potentially to make the difference. Whether or not it actually did, it was hard to tell before we had to kind of rush around and sort things out. But I think this has kind of helped us now. So what I'm going to just double check, going to bring it twice as wide so that we can hopefully drag the package across. Not entirely sure if this will work, if it will be wide enough, etc, etc, etc. But that's the idea there, just to try and check that it is going to go far enough. We'll switch that back around and then we'll run this up as well. So now if we turn it on, this should all be moving in the same direction, which it is doing good, and them two are also spinning outwards. Throw in some tomatoes. And hopefully these wheels will be able to drag the tomatoes towards us, and that's a great start already. Why is it all falling over? It is now overshooting the bounce pads. Okay, so something crazy is going on. Not entirely sure what. But it seems that they work anyway. If we disconnected this just to be doubly sure, so we'll take off number 5. We'll take off number 7. I don't know why that's now gone to number 7. But, yeah, some craziness going on. Yeah. That's cool. That seems to do something. What's going to happen with the second one? Yeah, so it's now overshooting the bounce pad, which I don't really get. And it does still need that one to spin to drag them through. No, it doesn't. Okay, so that might work. That might work. So if we put these on the side of a truck, will this squeeze it? I don't think it will, you know. I think I could hammer it through there. So what numbers are these? 7, 8 to 5. I'm not sure these made any difference whatsoever. Eventually they'll stop. They're just kind of catching up to where they've been rotating around. And eventually they will stop. Maybe. This is why I don't like controllers on loop. They are a nightmare to work with. Sounds like they've stopped now though. Yeah, okay. If I hammer this, am I literally just going to be able to hammer this all the way through? Yeah, I am. Okay, so they literally don't do anything. When I tested this the other day, they had to be 10 apart with the wheels on the 10th block. Which is... if that's 1, then that's 10. Ah, it's 1 block difference. Okay. Okay. That's just what we wanted to see. So then these will go over this one. And this should be the gap now that's needed. Mon Dieu. So this should now grip anything that wants to come through. As long as they're spinning the right way. And then we'll just put some slidey on. So we're here, we'll fill this up. So we're here. I'm going to have a look at some blocks actually. Yeah, so we are using the kind of best friction block that we've got. Okay. Yeah, so they're not going to squeeze in there. Is it because this glass here is stopping them from moving sideways? Maybe. Next question, can we put this up here? Yes. But it's still not squeezing it inwards. This is frustrating because on my test server, my little demo server thing that I have, literally tried it and it works. At that distance, that is perfect, and it usually grips it and it pushes it through. The only other thing that I can think of to help with this will be if we do... Yeah, it's not going to work. Be if we do this, which I didn't want to do. But you're going to need a separate controller that's basically going to act as a squeeze. So we want this running at 360, and then we want this one to do plus 90 on the push of a button. So we need a button. And then if that goes up there, it's squeeze it out the top, isn't it? Then we've got to do the same for this one, because this one is also a problem now. There you go. Wait, didn't want that block. Wanted this block. So you are also in here. Go to 90. Yep, and you're over here to rotate. So basically this happens, and then they go up, which enables them to squeeze. That is such a nightmare. That is such a nightmare. But it might not be, actually. That could kind of work to our advantage. Because this is going to be a truck, so yeah, that will work to our advantage. Okay, so the truck, as I was first saying, the truck will be something like this. So they have to be 10 apart. I know they've got to be 10 apart. We'll swing it from the top as well. So they have to be 10 apart. So that's our floor. Boom. That's the floor. Then annoyingly, we're going to need some wheels to come down here. So if we start with the very bottom already there. If we start like that, maybe need to be a little bit higher. Come on, come on. You see, this is quite annoying because that can't even start like that. So what we're going to do then is we're going to mesh this, then we are going to pipe onto this, which is then onto this. There we go. Same with this one. This comes off. Little bearing. Bit of pipe work. Weld this. Boom, 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 boom. So then that should be like Shazam and Shazam. Where be big wheels? Where are our big wheels? Big wheels keep on turning. Put them in here. Oh, that's gonna foul on there. Well, that'll be alright. That'll be alright. There'll be too much, there'll be okay. What we're saying there? There, that one. Okay, terrific. So then there's a little back end wall. Da-da. And obviously we'll just throw this together nice quick. We want a seat. Want a seat. On my favourite little kind of steering, good old glitch steering. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm not going to lie. I like it. It's a space saver. It helps us out when we are in times of need. That's our steering sorted. Don't hate the player, hate the game. There's our front wheels. Front wheels. Then we need some propulsion. Will put us under electric engine. Okay, controllers. Controller number 1 will be the bend. Controller number 2 will be the rotation. Although we could do... Now we'll keep it as 2. We'll keep it as 2 just so that we don't end up getting too confused. Controller number 1 is... controller number 2 is here. So controller number 1, I need you to go... Once you open out... you don't have to open it far, let's only do 30 degrees. That'll be fine. Control number 2, you need to rotate and be on loop. Put you the fastest to zoom around. Okay. Switches. That's to open. That's to loop. So we'll have number 1 to open and number 2 to then loop on and off. We want to draw it in, we want to draw it in. It's going to go minus, and that's going to go minus. Okay, so should look something like this. 30 degrees is a long way. And then it'll close up again. We can speed that controller up a lot. So, opens, closes. Okay, cool. The next question, if it is a question, can we get close enough to this? Let's just stick us on the lift for now. Straight away, we're just running straight over our own vehicle. Yep. Launch yourself around, buddy. There you go. Is that over the back still? It's still over the back. Wow. There we go. There. So that sort of lined up with that. So if we open that up, start everything turning. Okay, we'll launch a crate in here. So that'll come out of there. Whee, boom. In fact, I think we might be okay with this. If this lines up with this one, we might get away with it. So then that squeezes in. Gonna push the truck back. No! Okay, cool. No problem. Turn that. Excuse me. Turn that. Back this up. And get it stuck. Awesome. You know what? Let's put an engine on this. And we won't have to worry about hammering it around everywhere. Do I have an electric engine? Nope. Not yet. Okay. Front wheel drive just for now. It doesn't need to be all wheel drive. It'd be absolutely crazy. Okay. That's there, that's there, that's there. Helps if you turn the engine up. We're still on the lift, yes. So then this opens and then closes. I mean, it's pretty much fed it straight into the truck anyway, so. Ooh. Okay. It's kind of there. It's kind of there. I've got to find a way that we could back the truck up so that if we could back the truck up so that we can get our own. Okay. Because obviously we don't really need these. These are only here because they were imitating how we were going to intend on trying to do the truck. So, if we do this. Just got to find a way to work out how to stop things from rotating when we don't need them to rotate, and how to make things rotate when we do need them to rotate. That makes sense. But that kind of worked. So we'd back up. It'd have to be straight and square. That's the only issue, which is something that I'm not great at. Okay. Then if we throw in some tomatoes. So we're in the truck. Dooby 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 doo. We turn up. We can turn those off. We turn up. We open up the kind of back of the truck wheels, and now we wait. And what we're waiting for is the package to turn up. And when the package is kindly ejected from the packaging station, it will slowly trundle down our wheel system. And when it gets to the bottom here, what happens anyway? So when it's on the very bottom one, it literally feeds it into us anyway. That's pretty cool. So without using our wheels, we can already kind of grab a package. So let's just throw some more in. Just want to see what happens. If it's the next one in is going to hit it, then to a point we don't need the wheels. I think that's pretty alright. I mean, there's not enough room for 2 or 3, but I just want to see, has it got enough grunt to... Ooh, not quite. Okay, so then we close these and turn them on. Oh, that's neat. That's pretty neat, even if I do say so myself. Maze balls. Okay, so I'm pretty stoked with that. If we extend things so that we've actually got some room, what should we do? Extend it here. Let's just do it just so we can take 2 full-size packages for a start. Lift these. There we go. So we want to make this just big enough for 2 of these. Okay, so there's 1. And there would be 2. If I do that, grab this, weld this, bada bum, bada. Ooh, he's a bit upside down. There we go. Lift you up. Weld that there. Okay. Oh, we're good. We're good. Should we use some glass so we can see? I like this glass. It helps us. There we go. Haha. Okay, so don't worry about this bit at the minute. This is what we're looking for. And of course, I've got to connect all this up, silly mate. This one was to open and close. Ooh, we've got no. We didn't put the back wheels up anyway. That one. That one's to open and close, and that one's to rotate those guys. So we'll spin them up to 360. Now this doesn't need to be 30. We'll try it at 15. I think that'll be fine. And it wants to go minus, so we want that one to turn out, that one to turn out, that one to spin in. Okay. So, like I say, just back your truck to your loading department. How square do we need to be? Probably a lot squarer than what we are. You empty your tomatoes in your chest. One package. Open these. Open these. Because we might not even need these yet. Actually, let's get them out of the way. Let's put them at 30. We'll put these at 30 so they are out of the way. Why has that done that? Why would you do this? need? We need quite a few more. There we go. Why that's landed like that, I'll never know. Yeet! Go on, in the back. Awesome. And then the second one hits it. The second one flips over, that's okay. But then we can close them, zoom it in. Magic. And then we can just run that off to the trader. That is pretty good. I'm liking that so far. Obviously with 2 packages, not so laggy, which is obviously a good thing. Having the wheels keep rotating as well will stop them from falling out. That's pretty good, you know. I reckon we might even be able to get a third one in there. I'll try for 3, see where it gets us. Nice and square. Open up. Bosh. Okay. Jump out. Jump over here. Load up. That should be 10 tomatoes. Over comes a package. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, and then we'll jump in the driver's seat just so that we're ready. They hit that, so then we squeeze in and we launch them in. I mean, it works. Will this bounce out? It will bounce out because it's at an awkward angle. No frame drop yet. I mean, it's only 2, but they are squoze nicely. I will try and run this to the trader, so I'll zoom this up the hill. Just to see if we can kind of force any big lag or anything like that. Well, that's pretty... I'm happy, you know. I'm surprised that we've managed to do that. Genuinely surprised. Yeah, yeet. And then we hop out here. We'll squeeze the button and this is going to get very loud for everybody, so I do apologise. Oh my days. Such magic. Why does it look like the wheel's spinning around the wrong way? It's not. It just looks like it is. That's better. Oh, like a rocket. Ooh. So I'm just going to run this in for those who missed it. It's like a self-loading loading bay, as it were. Pull up to your packaging station. Open up. You unload your vegetables. For us, it's going to be tomatoes. And we hop in the truck and we wait because we might be needed. Down comes the first package. Now, at the minute we can fit 3 packages on the truck. There is room for expansion. The second one takes a nudge and flips over. So this is where our own little wheels come in to launch our packages in. I'll tell you what, you know. They will fall out. So if we keep our wheels turning on to keep them squozen in, we are laughing. A kind of self-loading with room for tweaks, loading docks at the packaging station. You saw it here. Awesome one. Well, that's a problem. I want to see something. I'll just drop these off because I'm going to come back and see if we can't pick that up. I don't know if it's something that we can do. I don't know if the wheels will be able to grab it in a way that will pick it up. But, okay. So now it's just a case of how do we make this sort of better? How do we make this bigger? How do we make it so it's got higher capacity? This isn't going to work at all. We had wheels on the bottom as kind of like a ramp, maybe, but as it stands, no chance. Oh my god, that is amazing. That is amazing. I did not expect that to happen. Okay. So we've found a cool little trick that we can do with this little vehicle. And that's not going to help us. So, we're over here. Let's back up to this one. Slow and steady, slow and steady, slow and steady. Open up, get nice and close in. Oh, it would only work once, wouldn't it? Boo! Not bad, not bad, we'll try. Open up so we don't wish it too much so far. Okay. Squeeze, not going to reach because it's the wrong way round. I want to see if it's possible to pick these up. It was just an absolute luck that we managed to pick it up the first time. It would seem. Which is disappointing. Yeah, so they've got to be a specific way around. Okay. Let's see if we can pick one up from the ground if it falls right. If we swapped out... I mean, we could take that bit off. That might help us. But we'll let this one drop to the ground. Oh, it's going to get stuck, okay. I didn't really want it to be on its green edge. That green edge is the most frustrating side of it all. We'll see what happens. Love how they've now just decided they're all going to start getting stuck though. It's just what we wanted. Yeah, boy! Yes, yes, and yes, some more. What's happened here? It's completely fallen short. I hear a Totebot. I don't know where, but I hear him. Okay, so we'll let this one hit the ground as well. It will pick it up. That's pretty good. So where do we go from here? We can refine this so this works better. Which would be nice. We can make it look a little prettier. We can add in some sensors somewhere along the line so it's not just churning out and rotating everything all the time. Why is everything starting to turn over? Just keep that disconnected for now. Okay, so now it's working alright. Now something else is going to turn over. Interesting. Interesting. So that pushes it on top. What is that going to mean for us? In the perfect world, obviously you'd be here to... Okay, so it's just going to push them all over. So in the perfect world, you would be here to load up your packages all the time. Not unrealistic to do that. That is something that we pretty much would be. And they unload pretty well as well. The electric engine is great as much as it is bad. There is no fine middle ground for the electric engine. It's either all or nothing. Which is a shame. So we're here, we squeeze, we lift. Cool. And then if we maybe had some wheels down the side maybe, just to kind of keep everything in. Would that work? Would that be too much? I'm not gonna lie, that's just fantastic, and you know it. So if we had... But the wheels have all got to bend down, this is the only thing. So if I made... What would it be? There. If I made that block rotate... So that then... What is it? 2 is the rotation. 2 is a rotation. Go the right way. And that is the open close. It only has to go out by 30 or 15. Is that going to make it any better? If we take this off, are we going to lose anything? Yes. Okay. So it does have to have both sides. Not a problem. So then it's there. There. Wheel on top. Top. That one's for rotation, that one's for open close. Okay. So now that will keep that back there. So now if we drive like a maniac, yeah, so that wheel, yeah, those wheels, they've got that pretty well. I'm thinking maybe a third controller so that they can stay in place. Well, that's the next thing. Now they're not going to let up. Amazing. But they do close enough. They do open enough even. Interesting. That's pretty stuck there. So if it goes to 30, is that gonna... Yeah, so 30 is too much. Why won't they stop spinning though? Well, that's just broke everything. There we go. Set them to... Why are they rotating? The switch isn't even on. They're just doing that because they're unwinding. Okay, that's fine. Put these to 360. Switch this to loop. Just the back ones now are going a bit crazy. They'll be going crazy for a while. We'll just connect them. Okay. What a palaver not pistons, controllers are. Amazing, hit a curb, brilliant. Well, let us test this out once again. So we open up. Oh, wow. Turn on and close, and it'll pick and lift. Right, and then they will also squeeze it in. Then if I turn... Why is that launch down there? If I turn the rotation off, it's still sort of has it trapped. Okay. Okay, so it works. It does work. It's just what we're going to do down here. For this, I need these to kind of stop rotating for a bit whilst it sees a package. Guess if I disconnect those and put these on here, I can run these off a sensor that only rotates. These only rotate if this is clear. Now I've got to use some thinking because we're going to be looking into logic. So what we're going to be saying is, if this is empty, so if this is off, is that how we want to do it? If this is off, we want these to rotate. Is that what we want to do? I'm not sure that is what we want to do. But they're rotating while that is up. But then the minute it sees something, they'll stop rotating, which we don't want because we want it to load the truck. So we want it to be, if it sees something, it rotates. But it must also I want to know what happens if we land something in that middle section, because it's almost like we want to say that these two want this one and this one not to rotate if there's something here and here, so that it kind of doesn't force them in. Unless we just extend this. That could be a better option. If we extend the whole platform kind of a little bit more, so we've got a little bit more control over what's going on here. What is going on with this set? Nah. There we go. So we'll ignore that, and we'll ignore that, and we'll ignore that. And we'll just extend this entire section out a bit more, so we've got a little bit more control. So it's kind of like a staging, I think they call it a staging platform or something like that. So to the lift we go. So these will also rotate under this propulsion, like we had it before. Which will put us onto this set. And what we're saying here is with this set, we basically go. We want these to rotate so far down so they kind of hold it. And then we want to push it onto an end platform. I wonder. What's the gap between these? 5, so that is... I'm wondering if it's possible to have a situation that when they get to the end here, we've got a situation like we've got on the back that can kind of move the crate to a stationary platform, and it only does that if that stationary platform is empty. I'm not too sure if it will be possible or not. You gotta love these lifts, they always know where to be in the right way. Not gonna fit one on there, am I? No. What am I doing? Yeah, no, there's a bear in there. So then these will rotate. And then a loading bay. So... we reckon a package is about 2 of these kind of wheel systems wide. Just trying to think now, because obviously we're going to need to move it onto a stationary platform, and in order to do that, we might need to squeeze it a bit. It's all well and good at the minute. This going to weld. Will this? Still only welds one side. Why does it only weld one side? That's on a postcard. Right, so that goes there. Bum, 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 bum. Brilliant. What is going on with it? I'm going to move this whole thing back one block. Interesting. Take it off of there. That goes on there. Why does that not go on there? Is it because of that? Is there something? And obviously them. Right, so the bounce plate should be in the right place now, again. This could have all been welded on the lift if I was paying attention. What a nana. I'll just put this back on. Just yeah, see, something's going on over here. It's not welding to it. I have no choice. It has to be part of it now. Right, weld all of the track together, if you can call it a track. And then it didn't weld this one. Interesting. Anyway, so that'll be that. We'll come around here and we'll see where all of this goes to. Turn us on, so it's all turned on. Load us up with some tomatoes again. Load us up with a couple of packages of tomatoes so that it can see what's going to go wrong. Yeah, that's fine. These wheels are not getting run by anything, so they're not going to be doing anything. What's going to happen now? So they are just going to push against each other, which won't cause that to flip. Okay. Okay. So then... I mean, I kind of feel that's pretty much it, really. If we have a wall there to stop them coming off the sides, then you only need... we need something to let us get to it, though. Yeah. So we're right as far back as we can be. And then I guess just have some sort of piston system or something to kind of have a gate or a door or whatever you want to call it to stop the veggies coming further out. So this opens. Turn them on and then close it. And what's happened here is we've grabbed the side of grab the side of the plant that we don't want to be grabbing hold of. But if we do that, jobs are good in. Now the only problem is nothing is getting fed down. So we are going to have a sensor somewhere here, and this sensor is basically going to be, if this doesn't see anything, roll these wheels. So connect that up to that. How fast is this controller? It's one off of slowest. So if you do not see, is it Nand or is it? I can't remember. We'll find it. If you don't see anything, have an impulse. The impulse will see that. Wait, why are they not turning? Because it's not on a loop. You're also going to need to turn those as well. Oh, interesting. So when it cuts off the controller, it rolls it back. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe, Thomas. Maybe. I just want an area where they can kind of stop moving for a while. So then that gets to there. Okay, that stops. But then this one is going to push this one that will push this one, won't it? Yeah, I thought that'd be an issue. Well, that was lucky. So the truck can reach to just pull things in. And now we're going to have a big mess on our hands. Okay. So if it sees something there, it stops that controller. There's literally no way to stop these piling in if this is constantly filling up. Because they're just literally just going to filter through. The only way you're going to do that is if you split where they go. But I'm amazed that that's actually managed to keep on sucking in. That worked better than I thought it would do. I mean, it's... I don't even know. It's intrigued me to know whether I can go 2 tiers up kind of thing. So if we're up here, being all big and mighty. Okay. What is that connected to? That's not connected to anything either. Oh dear, I'm stuck on the tyres. Okay, we'll try that again because that is stuff that I didn't expect to happen. Just back this up a little bit more. Okay. Throw out a load of packages. Get rid of all packages. So it sees nothing, so these spin around. Correct. That's what we want. And should these be on bearings or should these be solid? In fact, if I put those on that, then they won't rotate if they're forced. Will that go against us or will that work for us? But I feel it'll work against us. Work against us. So then that gets grabbed. So how lucky were we then for it to grab it the first time round? Okay, no, we'll get it. Then we have that issue with that. Okay. That'll get loaded in. You know it will. Go on. Go on. Nope. Which is why we've got this option. Interesting. It's always something different. Thanks for dropping in. Really appreciate it. Ah, Italy. Have a good one. Okay. So is it going to pick it up and flip it around all over the place, or is it going to behave like it should behave? That's not going to go anywhere. Fine. That sort of works. The only thing, one of the only things that we've got is the rear tires on this. Oh wow. Huh. I mean, it's not ideal. There we go. But again, something slightly different that we didn't know that we were capable of. So we've got a truck that, all being well, can pick stuff up off the floor. As long as it's facing the right way and have its... There we go. So we'll grab that. We will grab that, pick that up. Okay. So in trying to solve one problem, we found a solution for a problem that we didn't necessarily know we had, which is always good. I think that in itself is pretty alright. It's just this non-collision green canvas top that makes things awkward for us. As well, I'm kind of thinking if we make this truck kind of twice as wide, we could have like a set of pistons or something. Yeah, if we make it twice as wide, you could have a set of pistons that, when it's fully loaded, would push stuff through. But how would you fully load it? Because you need these wheels to keep everything at the top, because there's not enough force to push everything down, I don't think. I can't remember. I think that's why we had it there in the first place. Take these off. I mean, it's good for 4 packages. Just a shame, really. But these tire things, these work. And, thinking about it. Okay, so you guys probably, well, I don't think you'd have known about this. If you haven't tried it, you won't know about it. But if I can do this right, so I tried this on my little, I don't know what you want to call it, my little test server where I test everything. So if you can get an angle right, and this isn't going to weld together, is it? Of course it's not. I've got to think about this. So we'll bring this out a block first before we do this, so I can put this on a lift and try it. But you can set an angle so that it can actually run, the tires can kind of go up or downhill at an angle. and it will still carry the crate, which I think is fantastic. It's really helpful. Let's see if I can do it. See if I can show you guys what I mean. So all those people that you see using the lifts and stuff to go up, to go over to the, whatchamacallem, over yonder, the trader, they don't need to be stressing out so much using all the pistons. Don't get me wrong, obviously the pistons are at the minute so much better for the lag than a controller and bearings, but the option is there. So I'm going to put a couple of lines on here. Let's do them every gap just because it's going uphill. Let's see if it will let me weld it. Like, don't get me wrong, it probably might not let me weld it. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Then we're out here. Yeah. Out here. Weld that together. I realised it was that close. I thought there was a gap in between it. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And then we are going to need to come there. I think that'll be it. Block there. And block there, and then try and weld those. It might not work. No, I didn't think it would. But we might be alright, we might get away with it just on one. So what you can do then... Going to be a little bit unstable, okay. Yeah, unfortunately it's going to be a little bit of a wobble. But the theory behind it is you should be able to run this the same way as anything else. And packages should still... Wait, what? Yeah, I thought so. Packages should still be able to climb uphill. Off of this way. Yeah. Let's rotate that one as well while we... Hopefully, I hope this will work. It's worked on my tests. Whether or not it will work here in front of everybody is a completely different story. Especially with the fact that it's sort of not really connected. Let's just kind of hope that we can add some weight stability underneath it. And hopefully these will go up. Hopefully. Yeah, see, so you could go up a hill. Can go uphill. Maybe the angle of the dangle's too much then. We'll bring it down 15 degrees. Yeah, so it is a slow incline. But it will go up. So if you really wanted to, it would climb. Why is it doing this to me? I know why. So on my test server, I kind of ran two sides with wheels. That was how I found it, because I was looking at a way that you could lift these vertically, and you can. You can lift them very vertically. Let's get rid of all of this. And this. So if you really wanted to, for example, if you ran these out, I think we'll need two sides on it like that. Ooh, bearing. So what you can do is if you're here like this and you have two sides like that, for example, have one that side and one this side, you can run things straight up. Likewise, you could also, I have it set, how do I have it set? I have it set on a bearing so that I can change the angle of it here. Right. So that I'm there, and I'm gonna get these blocked in the way. So you're there and you're there. So it's that. And then that line with there. Yeah. So again, if you wanted to, you have to squeeze these things in and out. That's the only problem. But if you can find a way you can do it easy enough, you set these things up so they'll squeeze out. You can literally lift things real easy with the wheels. You're down 2 separate switches. Oh, lol. No, you don't, because what you do here is you put this at -30 and you put this at +30. So that when you turn it on, it zooms in. So, in theory, tips for survival food. It depends where you are. Are you at the crashed spaceship? Are you exploring around? Like, whereabouts are you? Have you played survival at all? I suppose is a good start. Because where you start at the very first crashed craft, there's kind of a little how-to when it comes to farming. So as that goes in, if we close this up, yeah, it lips it. Oop. So if you need to lift, you know, high places, I don't know, maybe over towards a trader, you can do that. Likewise, if you want to move in a direction, so if I go in here and I move this to 45, and that would be -45. No, it wouldn't. That'd be -15. Bring that in a total of 45. So you're there. That angle's off. Yeah, so I can fit something in there and it will move it sideways. Yeah, he's got a point. So micro farming, what he means by that is if you do a farm plot that's 9 soil, so it's a 3 soil by 3 soil plot, you really pretty much eliminate any point of raids, any chance of raids, and it just makes things better or easier for you. Just take this off for now. Yeah, so with this, if you want to go at an angle, these things will eventually close over. Why is that not gone over? There we go. And then you can kind of move things up at a diagonal angle. As long as you get your angles right between these two things, you can move stuff around. So I was thinking maybe having a interesting look at stuff and seeing maybe we can lift stuff up to load a truck rather than kind of worrying about getting it in. I don't know. That was just to show you guys anyway. I can remove this and this and this one. Yeah, and this one. And all of these. Lovely. The best thing about actual playing survival is the whole learning. It's easy to go and watch YouTubers, even I've done it. You go watch big YouTubers especially, and they will make some really crazy things. That'd be interesting. That would be interesting. If you could put like a vacuum pump on a piston so that you could kind of set it at different heights, maybe, you know, like you say, vacuum it up to a certain place and drop it off when you want. That's a very interesting concept. Like if you're going to pick something up, just kind of connect a vacuum pump to the back there and back it up and just have it vacuum that. So, and there's a see-through. So we are here. We're not there at all. We needed that logic block. And then we're there. Is that what we're saying? Remove that. So if there's nothing there, it spins around. If it sees something here, it stops. Yeah. Okay, cool. Where do we go from here then, folks? This truck works. It kind of works. It works as you'd want it to work, I guess. If not, maybe even a little bit better than I wanted it to. Did not expect it to be able to pick stuff up from the ground, so that's good. These loading system-y things do work, especially now we've kind of half sorted out what the problems were. I guess we just need to sort of make this bigger or something. We need to find a way to get the packages inside and keep them inside. We could put a roof on it. The only thing with a roof is because of the stuff's a canvas top, the canvas of the stuff has no collision. So if I wanted to go up here and put like a wheel system on, just to push everything to the back. Maybe I could do it with a piston. I would have to have a way that the piston can push a block. So I'd have to raise a block up to push it back. Trying to think, has anybody seen the vehicle, like the trucks that have got the walk-in floors on it? That'd be interesting. What's the what friction of these things? It's quite low. Okay, that's a shame. So hoping if these had higher friction, you could make like a little rolling floor just to kind of keep everything pushed back, but that's not fully what we wanted to do. It's not quite there yet even. Um, hmm. Just gonna tart this up a little bit for now. Yeah, I was having a look at his thing last night, actually. I'm impressed. I am impressed. I guess all of that comes off the back of Squid. Because he tried, didn't he? And obviously, due to the render distance in this game being quite... it's not short, really, I guess, given the grand scheme of things. But it's short enough to complicate things. Making a platform that they made... Like, Salty's will work. From what I've seen where his farm is, his will work because he's kind of always around his render distance. So, hopefully it'll work for him. Because he's put a lot of work into it, and it looks crazy. It does look crazy. So hopefully he can get it to work, like, really well. That'd be really awesome. We put some more plastic here. Just to kind of finish off the look. Is that going to get in the way of this? No, it is not. Cool. I think I'm going to put one more wheel in there, though. Of that middle wheel. Just kind of feel 3 might give it a little bit more of a... I don't even know how to explain it. Not even grip or anything, but it just balances things out a bit. It looked a bit bare just with the 2. The best thing about this game is there are many ways to do something. And it can be the same thing, but you can get 10 different people do 10 different ways. But at the same time, you can get 10 different people doing the same way. Slightly better. Just more of a visual preference than anything else. And they still spin. Okay, cool. Then we can take this and swap this for some plastic. I tell you what, one thing that I've found throughout the course of doing my videos is I've come across a problem and I've solved it the way that I've solved it. And then somebody will just in the comments be like, have you thought about doing it this particular way? And it's like a light bulb goes off in my head, like their way is so obvious once they say it, it's so straightforward, and you kind of kick yourself, like why didn't I think of that? Especially when you kind of, you know, if you play Scrap Mechanic long enough, you know how things work. You know that you can use certain things to do things, but you can still miss things so easily. So when somebody kind of refreshes your brain, I think is the best way to explain it. It's like a light bulb goes off and you kind of realise how kind of stupid you were at that moment that you did it. And that there was a much easier way to do something. And your way worked, it's fine. Had you remembered that a driver's seat, for example, will move a controller, then you would have just sat with the driver's seat and a controller rather than having 6 controllers and 16 different buttons. It's, you know, it's just one of those things. Shall we mount this sideways? We can shorten this all up. We don't need all this room here. Why is that there? How far is it in this side? Okay, so that's deleted all the way back that side. We can do that. Yeah. And then if we zip these 2 lines out. Yep, that's a bad idea. I hope this is rear wheel drive. It is. No. If somebody can explain to me why that is happening, I'd be really happy to know. Because the rear wheels are electric motor. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I thought that the motor was on the front side. Doesn't matter. What was I saying about doing something stupid and realising? Yeah. Thought I zipped it off behind the motor, not in front of it. My bad. Then we can shorten these up. Yeah, so I think we're going to remove these and put them on and change this so it's this way. And then we can see the batteries from the side. Cool. I need to be able to access the engine from the side. Also cool. Right. Controllers. I think if we put one controller on top of each other. Controllers, where are you there? Come here, because we don't want them in front of the engine should we need to tweak the engine. I like to see my controllers. I don't know about anybody else, but I like to see my controllers. So in that case, no, because we need to access this. Need to access this. I like 3, but if I run that up there, do we see about that? Yeah, we know that's the engine then. We know they're the controllers, we can see them. And personally, move the suspension glitch steering in a bit. Like right in a bit, like right next to the seat in a bit. This, so we can, great one. So we can see how much battery we've got. I kind of wish they would make a decision with these whether they're either going to have collision or they're not, because if it doesn't have collision, part of me is like, what's the point? It looks great, but then it's in the way when you want to kind of cover it up, especially if it doesn't have collision. I don't know. Yeah, so we'll move the suspension glitch in. Why can't? Because it's already on the lift. That's why we can't pick it up. And we'll move it back a bit as well, actually. If we put it that side. I am also going to put my buttons so that I can access the buttons from the outside as well as the inside. I have made that mistake before and it wasn't a pretty ending. I lost my entire vehicle. Suspension glitch for the steering. The trick there is you have to have it on the lift, else it doesn't work, and you have to have them both go green. So both the bearing and the suspension go green, and then you can connect them up. And I've seen some people connect up both ends. I only connect up one end. The length of the vehicle and the strength of the suspension make a lot of the difference when it comes to turning. Yep, that's just what we wanted to see happen. So always make sure that your engine is connected up to your seat, not the bearing. That would be a very bad thing. And the batteries are connected up there, and then we can fill this up with batteries. Are they? It'd be nice if you could search this menu, but don't get me wrong, it is the creative menu in survival. So, yeah, you can't have everything, I guess. I don't mind. Full engine. Okay, down you go. So, what's the steering like? Yeah, so the steering, especially on electric motors, is a lot slower than it is on gas motors. Now, the reason for that is an electric motor fixes the bearing. If you guys didn't know, an electric motor fixes the bearing a lot better than a gas motor does. So by that I mean, if I can show you guys, you might have seen some people display this in the video. You might not have done. I'll just try and give you a quick demo. this is an electric motor. And then we'll have... Well, let's have this side be the gas motor. In theory, an electric motor should be better for braking, but because of this game, it's just everything is on ice. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. But I'll try and show you what I mean without boring you too much. An electric motor kind of works like a controller, but I think that's the best way to describe it, in that it locks a bearing. Free spinning, electric motor. And if we can find a gas engine, I'll do a gas level 5 engine. Where are you? Don't need that. Gas level 5 engine. You watch this not work how I want it to. So you see how the wheel still spins? So it's still connected. It doesn't even matter if this is connected or not. So on a gas engine, this still spins. We'll put this up to full. Interesting, it would do that to me. Why would you do that to me? You can get it to spin, I promise. They're not as reliable. There's an easy way to show you. There is an easy. And I can't pick that up. I will show you on a simple creation. Using the steering glitch. Big wheels keep on turning. Rolling, rolling, rolling down a river. Where is it? There it is. So we will have... Where are you? Where are you? Electric engine this side, gas engine this side, and for all purposes they need to be connected up to their own little unit. Get the petrol one, or the gas one, depends where you're from. And we'll just load in one of these. Where are you? There. We'll put 10 in, doesn't really matter. It's creative, so I don't know if it actually runs out. Put 1 in and it still do the same thing. And you put 10 in here. So then what we'll do is we'll hook this up. Suspension glitch. Suspension glitch on its own when we're off the lift. So this is a suspension glitch without any engines or motors connected to it. This is 4-wheel drive electric engine. Four-wheel drive electric engine suspension glitch. You see how much slower it is? Even if you turn the engine up, it should still be quite slow. Yeah, so it's full whack electric engine, and the turning is quite slow. We'll go backwards and forwards like a demon, but it's slower than without any connections. Now hook it up to that there gas engine. So all we've done is swap the wheels from the electric to the gas motor, and you'll see it. See how it turns quicker on the gas engine? It's because the bearings are more freely rotating on a gas engine. So an electric motor works the same in real life because there's a lot of torque to it. I have not tried that. To To be fair, suspension on bearings can turn pretty quick depending on the size of your vehicle. If you've got something that's quite small, it will turn faster than a spinning top, and it can be too much sometimes. It's each to their own. So if we put the engine up to full power, that was close. Managed to get in the seat as we ragdolled. Then if we hook that up to the driver's seat. Do you see how it's quicker than the electric engine? But again, it's just a bearing thing. It's more kind of true to life because an electric engine has a lot of torque behind it. I think I saw a guy make a... I don't know what you call it. It was like a unicycle, I guess. And I think he had a lot of suspension on piston glitches. But I just wasn't too sure about it. Okay. But it'd still be quite weak. It'd still be quite weak, though. I'm guessing. You know what? If we do this right, we could drop that stage down one more. Oh, nice. Best of luck with that. I'll put my buttons on this side, I think. I just skimmed the Reddit today, and I saw something that I didn't know about that I was quite impressed with, and you guys might or might not care. Check this. So if I take glass and I take the bubble block stuff and I put some bubble block here, I'm gonna spray this. I'm gonna spray this black, and then I'm gonna put glass here. How many people knew about this, right? So if I'm behind it, you can't see through it, but if I go this side of it, perfect vision. Ooh. If you ever want to do like a one-way piece of glass thing, there you go. I might have to have a look at that because I'm intrigued about how the whole gyroscope stuff works and how people can make the gyros. Do they make them smaller? Are they getting bigger? Or what's going on with the gyroscopes? A lot of very creative people from when this game came out in 2016 or something. So 1, 2. Open and 2 to spin. 1 to open, 2 to spin. 1 to open, 2 to spin. Ooh. And they are both going in that way. And we're there. So we could just tart around with it, make it look a little bit prettier, but I think that's as good as it. I just want to test that it will just grab it, you know, because it's kind of been doing it sometimes and not other times, and I'm not entirely sure what the deal is. Wait, we need to turn it on. There we go. So they're nice and slow, and it's not on loop, you donut. Loop, there we go. And then that'll grab that, right? I need to put a controller onto this set of wheels from this. Guess that's the only way that we could manage it, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, see, now it's not going to do it, so these guys are going to have to be open. Yeah. Inconsistencies. And that needs to be quicker as well. Okay. And if we close... Any ideas of how we can push everything down to the bottom? So that it can load and kind of all the way load up. Any ideas? I don't really... I can, but I don't really want to put a row of wheels in there. So it's going to have to be something that pushes. Which I'm not entirely sure about. Yeah, so that's not going to reach in there. So we've got to run over here. Open this. This moves in. Close this. Which is down. Open this. That's a little bit time consuming. So we can fit 3. I mean, it works, I guess. But then if we turn off the wheels... For whatever reason they want to unrotate, which is not good. But that's got us. That's achieved what we wanted to achieve. Again. Trying to think on improvements for it. We need it to be bigger, obviously. You don't want to be sending 3 packages at a time. It's a long, lengthy process to do 3 at a time. Or do we just go for it and just try and run them off to the trader? He's at a slight angle to it as well. That's annoying. Well, what about if we set up a similar thing this side? I was thinking like that. I was thinking something like that. But the piston would have to be at the back. And then you'd need... I don't know how big a kind of platform you'd need in order to push the crate so it doesn't roll over. But I was thinking a piston. It's also turning into be more manual labour than I hoped it to be. I have to keep clicking the button every time I want to open and close these to load it in. I'm sure we had it earlier where it was just... Yes. I'm sure we had it earlier where it would just load in. Maybe it was because of this... Ooh, nice ragdoll. Maybe it was because of the speed on the rotation. We had these things set up to be super fast. So if this was at ridiculous speed, I'm sure it kind of sucked it in and just booted it across by then. So we are here somewhere. So turn that on. But they're spinning super fast now. If I put a roof on this, do we need to go one more up? I think we do. That guy has been playing Scrap Mechanic for so long. I don't know how he keeps on bringing out videos. I really don't. Like, fair play to him. What he can do in Scrap Mechanic is beyond all knowledge. Yeah, so unfortunately... Oh no, it will. Okay, so if you have the rotation of the wheels spinning faster, it will force its own way in. That's worth knowing. So we don't have to worry too much. Okay. Then I just need something that'll come across to keep them sealed in. So if we could have a drop-down roof... Are we at the level yet that we can just go straight across? We are, okay. A little bit impractical, but... And that can go over there as well. Aha. Wait a minute. Make that plastic. Will this jump the gap? Drum roll. As well as hitting this, it'll flip it upside down, but... Ooh. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. No idea what's going on there. But if we do this, and then we back up around it, and then we close in. Ta-da! Why do they have to undo? There we go. So we almost fit 3 in fully once they're upright. Yeah, they're all touching each other. So it does overhang, so... You know when I deleted those 2 blocks out of the length of this to shorten it down? I could have done with leaving them in. That's a shame. That is a shame. Never mind. We move and we learn. Yay! Funky, okay. Oh, I've had an idea. Should we have an air conditioning unit and make it like a refrigeration truck? I have no idea what a refrigeration truck looks like. I've not been outside for a very long time. COVID and that. Of course, everything is strange lengths, so this, yeah. Either or. These things, are these things interactive? No. Oh, I thought they were. They're under the interactive bit. Hey. Okay, well it's going somewhere. It's getting somewhere. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Straight through there. I wanted to put it up there. So what are we over here? We're 2 blocks, 3 blocks at least, maybe even 4 blocks. Okay, we will extend it straight through the middle. Is that a... Sorry. Is that you being funny because we put the air conditioner on it? Lots of cool opportunities. Uh-huh. I see what you did. here, this one in here, and then we'll go up top at this. Grab the world, bum. I'm in the way of my own contraption. Well, now it's getting a bit hunky. So I'm feeling it's gonna need another set of wheels on the, yeah, small set of wheels, great one. Yep. Back to the weld tool. This was number 1, wasn't it? Bottom's number 1, which is these. Missed. Top's number 2, which is these. And inwards. Top is number 2, and we want these to do 360 and these to do 30 minus. Go make sure they're all going the right way. That goes out, that goes out, that goes in, goes in. I'll take that. Yeah, why not? I mean, we've got... Where is it? What would it be? We've got this. Having pointed in the direction that we wish to travel. We can have our own thing. I need to try this, please. I'll not go overboard. I will not have 6-wheel drive. But what happens if we make the back wheels? Is this going to be too kind of heavy? Because I know that electric motors have a lovely tendency to try and flip us over. No, that'll work. I mean, there's no grip whatsoever in this game. How much those wheels are spinning for how much we're moving. It's just... I just wish they'd fix certain things. Are we going to be able to pick these up? Can we get in front of them? There is one thing with the glitch steering with the suspension, and that's when you reverse. Usually you reverse and your left is your right kind of thing. With the glitch suspension steering, it's not. Left is still left and right is still right, which can be confusing. Yeah, who doesn't love this truck, really? What's that? Did you drop your package? Not a problem. Ah, and they fit. Magic. Okay, now, in the interest of keeping things all bearing, I'm going to put a bearing door on the back. Sometimes I even amaze myself, you know? It was an idea that I came to by accident. I'm not going to take the credit for it. I was trying to do something else happened, and then I noticed other things happen, and yeah, you know what I mean. Like this glass, maybe? It's nice to see what we've got inside. So now, can I hook that up to this? Is this going to cause us any problems? So it'll be this one. So if we put this one at 90, right the way down here, if we've dropped anything, is it going to open? Yeah. No, that won't work. We need that in its own button, unfortunately, because if we've dropped anything and we want to pick it up, we want the sides to close before the back door, and at the minute that won't be doing that. Well, I'm going to name drop here. So, Font, this guy. Then that guy, you probably know him. He's like a massive scrap mechanic new creator, if you like. He built something similar for farmers, and that is where the idea concept kind of came from, to use it for the veggies. So I just kind of took that idea and ran with it. He used his whole vehicle basically tipped backwards to sit on top of the farmers' cages and lift them up. But I'm pretty happy. Right, so third time's a charm. All of these just to open a door. Oh, that's the wrong way around, you Billy. That way. One more button. Why not? What's one more button between friends? Ooh. Thank you. That was pretty cool. Welcome along. It's nice to see that that actually works. I was toying with that kind of thing for a while, so yeah, nice one. Thanks. Really appreciate that. That only goes to 90. We can have that go pretty quick, maybe. Do we mind it brushing up against the wheels like that? I mean, I guess I could use pipes and it probably wouldn't do it. But if we open that first and then open that, that's not a bother. In fact, which bit does it even... Why are they waiting to close? What is going on there? They're still waiting to close like there's something else in there. I don't understand what's going on. They should be opening and closing instantly. And then closing straight away. And then close straight away. No, there's still a slight delay. I don't understand. Just gonna swap this out. Instead of it being on the door, put it on the vehicle. Like the rest of it. The rest of it's on the vehicle. Helps not to have your own lift in the way. Yeah, okay. I mean, that stops everything from falling out anyway. Ooh. We roll over. Not what I wanted to happen. We get to try it all out again. There is a position where these crates can go where it won't be able to pick them up. I wish I could zoom the camera out even more, but I can't. Full extent zoom. They're not closing. I need to work out what is going on here. This is the other problem, because they're slightly wider there. So we're not tall enough to pick them up if they go that way. We could just make it taller. It's only a block, 2 blocks. It's not a problem. Not a problem. We do it from the inside. Just trying to find the best way to make this taller without deleting too much stuff, but if I put the cockpit on top of it, then it'd be too top heavy, and if it rolls over as it is, it'll roll over even more with us being higher. So we're looking to go wider, if anything, just to kind of keep that center of gravity low. That should be enough. I'm stuck. Okay, that's the door falling off. We're not too worried about that. We could maybe put the cockpit on the side of it. It'd be strange looking, but at least it'd be sort of balanced a little better, maybe. Next question, if I do this, is this going to fit? No, it's not. Of course not. We'll rebuild the door, that's not a problem. That high enough? Is that high enough? That's all one. These are on the door, aren't they? That's where we went them. We can get this so it'll pick them up off the floor. One, two, three, bang. Stuck. There we go. Yeah, so if we can get this so it can pick them up off the floor no matter which way up they are, that will help us out a little bit as well. Okay, cool. Back to where we started before we rolled over. Thank you for your patience. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Will this opens and closes faster now? No, it still doesn't close quick. Why doesn't it close quick? It's set to the fastest it is, right? Yeah, it's set to the fastest. It just doesn't do it very quick. Everything else is set to super speedy too. Okay. I might literally just resort and putting actual turning wheels on this, you know. Okay, that's cool. Good. No. In you go. Doors is closed. We can turn everything off. It's a little bit higher than we'd like, but when they're the right way up. You take it easy, S7. Thanks for dropping by again. When they're the right way up and the green kind of canvas top is actually upwards rather than through the floor, it won't look so bad. But yeah. It's small, it's dainty, it's convenient. I didn't realise that whole thing had taken me like 3 hours to build today. You guys have been fantastic for dropping by. I'm just going to unload this over at the old Trader Malarkey. And I am going to end the stream. I just want to say thank you guys for everybody that dropped by. And for all those who were patient whilst we had our little hiccup in the middle of all the streams. You guys have been fantastic. I am happy with our new little vehicle. I might do something about this so it doesn't roll over all the time. But I might look at making this in my survival world. There will be more survival episodes coming. At the minute, I've just been kind of more interested in trying a load of different stuff out. And I thought I'd share it with you today whilst I was going through the process. Just so you guys can kind of see how it goes. I mean, you see the videos of the finished product. But I thought I'd show you through the process today as well. So thank you guys for watching. The videos will not be thick and fast like they have been over the last couple of months. They are going to start to slow down, but they will still keep coming. I promise you that. I can promise you that. But right now, I'm going to go find a way to stop this from rolling over and just kind of tweak things a little bit better. You guys have been awesome. You take it easy. Don't forget to drop us a like and a subscribe. Go on, I dare you. And I'll catch you guys next time. Take it easy. And yeah, bye for now, guys. Bye.